All right, welcome to the Franchise Time Machine. After a few episodes of pack rips and PTCS roster builds, we're starting to return back to our regular cadence of content, which is community games, experiments, and theme simulations. AW, good seeing you tonight. Welcome in. So last night we had, after a bit of a PTCS recap, we had Barry Basher playing. Well, I could pull that up actually. Barry Basher played Shopping Spree, in which he took the 2016 Kansas City Royals and tried to get them to repeat by signing any 7 free agents he wanted to from the 2015 free agent class. Did significantly improve the team. Got to 92 wins, I think. Was originally an 81 team. Got to the postseason, but couldn't quite get over the hump with that team. I thought his choices were really good. It just seemed like the team just had a hard time getting traction. But it is a fun game. I especially like digging into the free agent class and thinking about who fits. Also considering different years based on how strong or weak the free agent classes are, and seeing if they match up with a team I feel is like interesting to sim. So yeah, so I hope people have fun with that, and that's now open for selection. And tonight, SmileyFaceJane using I can't remember if this is. It doesn't really matter. I can't remember if this is a channel point redemption or if anyone in our community either has a big life event or does something in the game like winning PTCS or PTMS. When SmileyFaceJane won PTCS, I offered a free game night point redemption. So this is either that one or one that was redeemed through normal channel points. But SmileyFaceJane will be playing another game pretty soon because of that. But this one is oh, you know what? I forgot to put the streaming debut of what? Of Teammate Trio. Okay, so the way this game works is whatever franchise you choose, in this case, SmileyFaceJane chose the 2011 Twins. You can pick any season, past or future, from that organization and bring 3 teammates from the same year to your sim year. So for the 2011 Twins, SmileyFaceJane could have selected any season in the Twins' history or in the future, 2011 to 2023. We don't have 2024 profiles yet. And taken any 3 players from that team and brought them back to 2011. So there's a lot of different things to play with this one. The first is, of course, picking the team and the season. And you kind of want to look for a franchise that has a pretty rich history, or at least has some peak seasons, where there are 3 teammates worth picking and grabbing. And then once you pick that franchise, you have, like, what season do you choose, right? You can go forward or you can go backward. And then once you get that season, it's like, which 3 do you bring? So, Ezra Denny, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. I don't know that our crowd is that much younger than you or your crowd, Ezra. This is OOTP after all. So welcome in. We're about to have SmileyFaceJane play the streaming debut of a new game. It's new to the stream. It's not new to me. But it's called Teammate Trio, and whatever team you select, in this case, SmileyFaceJane has chosen the 2011 Twins. Oh, right. That was Ezra's Liberace impression. That's right. AW is an OOTP baby. That means he's younger than 60. Is that right? You're younger than 60, AW? No, we're not. I don't think the audience is that old, but I bet we skew much older than, let's say, Fortnite or Minecraft or I don't know. I'm trying to think of other games my kids play. Anyway, the premise of the game is SmileyFaceJane has chosen the 2011 Twins. You then choose any season from the history of the club, either forward or backwards. In this case, SmileyFaceJane has chosen the 2006 Twins. To take 3 teammates from the 2006 Twins, Roblox. Thank you. That's right. My daughter was just playing that this weekend. And bring those 3 teammates back to 2011 to improve the team. And we'll be doing a 10-pack giveaway, guessing how much better this team will be and how well it will do with the choices SmileyFaceJane is going to make on stream tonight. So let's start working on that pack giveaway form. I'll put it up in a second. I hope everyone had a good PTCS weekend. Kayaking Santa, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate the support. Especially coming from a fellow streamer. In case you don't know, Kayaking Santa does stream OOTP. Not yet an affiliate, but I think we're hoping AW, Kayaking Santa, SmileyFaceJane become affiliates soon. You know, if there were 2 Mauers on the team in 2006... Oh, I see what you're saying. Can you bring back a Mauer and have a 2011 Mauer? You can absolutely do that. Yes, you can absolutely bring back a Mauer and have another Mauer on your team. We are not concerned with paradoxes or what was that terrible time travel movie where they had time quakes? We're not concerned about time quakes. SmileyFaceJane plays teammate or debuts actually. So yes, I now that I understand your question, that is a really good question, and that would be a really fun idea for someone to do that. That would be amazing. Especially if a player plays long enough to span like a peak period and then, a crappy period. Yeah, by all means, bring the peak version into the crappy period and help improve the team. All right, so I'm gonna take the form we use for. Which one was this? I already started editing it. I think this is a Berry Basher form. The questions tend to be similar, so I'm just going to use a similar form for it. Okay. So tonight's stream is SmileyFaceJane. We're playing the debut of the community game Teammate Trio. In this game, we take any MLB team. Tonight, that's the 2011 Minnesota Twins. And add any 3 teammates from any single season from the history or future of the club. Tonight, SmileyFaceJane will be bringing in 3 teammates from the 2006 Twins. Okay, the actual 2011 Minnesota Twins. I think they won 66 games. Let's see. 63 games. $63.99. Finishing fifth. Oh, sorry, fifth. Fifth, aka last, in the AL Central. 32 games behind the Detroit Tigers. Ooh, nice pull, AW. Was that from a standard pack, too? Oh, I'm going to tell you, I was complaining earlier after they changed the combinator odds that I had not pulled the combinator since they changed the combinator odds. Today, I was ripping standard packs, trying to get, basically trying to get dupes to quick sell to build up some perfect points for a team. And I pulled like a bunch of really good or expensive combinators that I already sold one of them for $250K. It was awesome. Now, it was about 300 packs with no perfect cards, but like 4 or 5 really good combis. There was a David Fry combi. There was a Kevin McReynolds combi. A Jose Suarez. But the one I sold for about $250 was Harangue. I'm trying to remember what his first name is. What is his first name? I don't want to go to the... I don't want to switch out into the... Oh, no, I guess I could go into the perfect team and look it up. Aaron, thank you, Kitty Poo Poo. Aaron Harangue. Yeah, so I just sold him for... I think it was either $239.99 or $249.99. So now that team was down to below 10,000 perfect points. And now they're flush with perfect points. But yeah, just like combi after combi. But again, no perfects. So about 2,300 cards. So the expected value would be 2.3 perfects. No perfects, but a handful of really good combis. Now, that team plays iron. So I pulled a bunch of great bronze and silver combis that didn't play. So selling them was the next best thing to do. All right, let's finish up this form so I can put it in the chat. That way maybe one of these days, maybe we can finish the form early enough that Ezra Denny can fill one out and play. Because you do not have to be present to win our pack guessing games. Or our pack giveaway games. Again, if you are new to the game, this OOTP 25 login ID, this is how we get you your packs if you win. It is case sensitive, so please make sure you put it in the way you signed up for OOTP. And the questions are, will this team make the playoffs? They did not make the playoffs in real life. They finished dead last in the division. Will it make it to the World Series? Will it win the World Series? Actually, you know what? We should add a question here. Will they get to 500? We'll make them progressively more challenging goals. Will this team finish with a regular season win percentage of 500 or better? All right, that's yes or no. And then, will they make the playoffs? Will they make it to the World Series? Will they win the World Series? Will a player from this team win the Cy Young Award? Will a player from this team win the MVP award? How many regular season games will this team win? The actual 2011 record. Is again 63 and 99. When I was typing that, I was like, I'm kind of surprised it wasn't a team with a 69 and 93 record. I know the way you all operate and how you fill out your forms. Okay, the highest WAR on this team, the highest batter WAR. Does anyone have a guess? Who had the highest batter WAR on the 2011 Minnesota Twins? Very obscure question. I'm just going to give it to you because I don't think anyone's going to guess it. It was. I think people will guess the second place player first. And I was right. Kitty Poo Poo guessed the second place player, 0.1 behind the leader. Michael Kadire was second in WAR, 0.1 points behind the leader. So very good guess. And it's not Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer was 1.5. Kadire was 2.3. Tome, another good guess, 6 with 1.0. The leader was Denard Span. And I have no idea who the pitcher... AW got it right. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have known this. The pitching WAR leader. The pitching WAR leader for the 2011 Twins. Has a very nice bronze card in the game. I would say is probably... Kitty Poo Poo nailed it. Scott Baker. 4.2. 2.2 WAR ahead of the next highest WAR, Glenn Perkins. Y'all are good at this stuff. I have a terrible memory for this stuff. I remember very random things like this, but I don't have a Rolodex even of the Mets of their seasons. Okay, and then... So yeah, guess what the highest WAR... I wouldn't say by a single player. And we should probably say regular season WAR. The 2.4 in the... Sorry, 4.2, I should say. The 2.4 and the 4.2 award for just to give you a frame of reference to kind of guide your guess. How many regular season home runs will be hit by the player who leads his team in home runs? How many regular season strikeouts will be thrown by the pitcher who leads his team in strikeouts? What will be the regular season batting average of the player who leads his team in batting average? Minimum 300 plate appearances. And what will be the regular season ERA of the pitcher who leads his team in ERA? Minimum 100 innings pitched. Now, it's worth noting the plate appearance and innings pitched cutoffs are not the same as the MLB cutoffs for leading the league. Just give you a warning on that. And I think that's it. It looks like this form is ready to go. I did see SmileyFaceJane put an emote in the chat earlier, so hopefully she is ready to go. Let me get this set up, and I will put the link in the chat. Now, you don't have to be present to win, but most people do want to wait to see what the final roster looks like. So you may want to see what choices are made before submitting your guesses. Link to form for tonight's 10-pack giveaway. Thank you to OP Developments for the packs. And if it's not too late, I might do a pack ripping session too, where we'll give away another 5 packs for whoever wins our pack ripping guessing game. I have an account with some higher level packs I want to rip. I thought I'd rip them on stream. Or I could wait till Thursday, I suppose. It's already Sunday. Maybe I'll wait till... Are we getting a TWIP on Thursday? I think we're not getting a treasure trove. I do think we're still getting a TWIP. Okay, but the form is in the chat. Good luck, everybody. Let me get the title slide up for a second while I realize I have to sign up for a couple tournaments real quick. Oh, look at that. Someone's still in live silver. 3.5 hours in. That's cool. That also means I can't sign up for my other tournament, though. I was going to use that slot to sign up for gold only, which just fired. But I guess that's a good problem to have. Let's see where we are in this live silver. I got to tell you a funny story about live silver. Speaking of, AW says TWIP is... Oh, Legends of the Game. That is worth saving packs for. I am saving my packs for Thursday. Thank you, AW. Okay, so SmileyFaceJane is our guest of honor tonight playing Teammate Trio. So at some point this weekend, around, PTCS, first, Claydog says, I think it was Claydog. Claydog, I apologize if I was wrong. Says, hey, I think your gold, I think it was gold live team is missing some players. Like, oh, thank you. I go in and I fix it, put in my, update my roster builder. Well, it turns out I quick sold some of my players by mistake. So I had to also go correct my quick solve filters. Then, like, not even an hour later, I think, SmileyFaceJane says, hey, franchise, I think your live silver team is missing players. You've got some gym unknowns in there. So like, oh man, again. So at least I know what's happening. I go in, I check, yes, I quick sold a couple of players. Tried to figure out who they were, replace them. And then put them back into the tournament that was firing later that day. And wouldn't you know it, I won that live silver. I won live silver that day. So big thanks to SmileyFaceJane. And big thanks to Claydog, who helped me do the same thing with the gold. Now, I didn't win the gold, but, I mean, we didn't know that. SmileyFaceJane didn't know I was going to win silver. But I think that says a lot about our community, right? Like, we help each other out, even though, SmileyFaceJane couldn't win that live silver because I won it, but, we help each other out. So I really appreciate that. Oh, it was AW. Sorry, it wasn't Claydog. It was AW who told me, right, my gold third baseman was missing. AW, thank you. I'm sorry I forgot that it was you. Because I was doing so much roster building stuff with Claydog that night. So AW is the one who told me you were missing a third baseman. And so it started with that. I'm like, oh, I am missing a third baseman. And I think it was Rafael Devers. Went ahead and put him back in. And then SmileyFaceJane says, you're missing players on your silver live team. AW and I have had some really good battles, by the way, in recent tournaments. I think, yes, after beating me. Maybe there's a slight difference there. AW waits till after beating me. SmileyFaceJane tells me before the tournament fires. But I really appreciate people letting me know that. And then I kind of did a sweep and, kind of spot checked my rosters, especially the ones with live cards. My live irons seem to be doing okay. Yeah, apparently Austin Riley from the bench was doing pretty good. But with my silver team, I was missing 2 players. And so, so fixing that made a big difference. So, thanks to AW and to SmileyFaceJane. But this team... Oh, so yeah, this is, again, live silver. The same team that... SmileyFaceJane, let me know I was missing a couple players. And we are now up 3-1 in round 3. So we did lose the 4th game, preventing a sweep. But who do we have pitching next? Ranger Suarez. I have the utmost of confidence in Ranger Suarez. Our bullpen is, I don't know, half tired, I guess. Yes, AW, that's right. So what AW is talking about is there's a... So over here, you can check when you do a quick sell. Right now, this is in roster building mode. But if you go quick sells, you go only duplicates. And then here you can say not on tournament roster. Right here. The other thing you can do is in your filter. I use a filter when here's my quick sell of live cards, quick sell of historic cards. When I quick sell live dupes, right, I have it by tier. So here's the iron quick sell. It's right now the bronze is checked, but at the bottom I have, is it a live card? Because I only want to quick sell lives right now. Is it a duplicate? Yes. Is it on a tournament roster? No. And so I use this as a backup to this in case I forget to do this. And I had not done that check. And that's why AW and SmileyFaceJane found that I was missing players. So big thanks to them for that. So not only are they awesome players, they are awesome people. Okay, well, I can't sign up for my tournament there. Let me see if I can sign up in the other one that plays silver and gold. All right, this one should have an open spot. Yeah, I was knocked out of live silver, so I can sign up for gold only. Gold only is a non-combinator tournament. It has just fired. I am the second person in it. Who's the other nerd who's already in gold only? Oh, Rose Sodas. Rose Sodas is awesome. We're both nerds. Awesome. All right, that's cool. All right, so let's go back out to the base game. We're going to set up a 2011 season for SmileyFaceJane. And let's see. I think I offered to have SmileyFaceJane on mic, but I think she declined. Let me see. By the way, SmileyFaceJane is streaming these days, so you might want to check that out. Actually, let's give SmileyFaceJane a shout out. I shouldn't say you might want to check it out. If you play Perfect Team at all, you definitely should check out SmileyFaceJane streams. I mean, how often do you get to hear the thought process, right, of a multiple champion of anything? Yes. Oh, I think we discussed it, and you mentioned your headphone problems. So we're not going to risk it. And this is one, actually, there's not a ton of decisions to make. So I think it'll be fine without the mic. But clearly not microphone shy, as SmileyFaceJane is streaming now many nights. And actually, if you just come hang out on our stream, I've been raiding into the SmileyFaceJane stream, so you don't even have to do anything. Just hang out and just get raided in. Yeah, SmileyFaceJane, I noticed the other day too, my Bluetooth headset, it was the night I kept asking everybody if I sound all chopped up to them. And the chat was like, no, you sound fine. But in my headphones, I was sounding all chopped up and robotic. So I can definitely relate to that. Oh, Kaiki said, was that you I was just playing in Live Silver? We were just looking at that. We were just looking at that. So SmileyFaceJane has been streaming quite often, but not tonight. So tonight we'll raid into someone else. But if you hang out in our stream, you'll almost always certainly end up in SmileyFaceJane's stream because that's where we go if Smiley is streaming. Oh, AW2 has to use wire. Okay, maybe I should be doing that as well. I'm not having the problem right now, but for 2 nights in a row, it's driving me bonkers. Yeah, so like I saying, it's no problem. You're usually the only raid option for OTP for me. So if you don't go on, I just do my usual set of raid options. But if you do go on, I always want to make sure I don't miss a chance to raid into you. So just let me know. But thanks for letting me know you will not be streaming tonight. All right, so we set up. We don't import history just to keep the file size small. These settings for play mode are more important if you would do a multi-season sim, and I'll talk about that when we either do the streamer team, which is I asked a bunch of people from the community and a bunch of streamers who their favorite player was, and I brought them in as 18-year-old versions of that player into the same universe. And right now we're all kind of working our way through the minor leagues. AW is AW Casimir, based on an 18-year-old Scott Casimir. Smiley Face Jane is in there as Smiley Face Wills, based on 18-year-old Maury Wills. I'm in there as Franchise Griffey Jr. You can probably guess who that is. It says sometimes Wi-Fi networks can interfere with Bluetooth. Yeah, and I have a lot of Wi stuff. We have a lot of Wi stuff bouncing around the house, I'm sure. All right, let's move on to. We are not going to import the real minor leagues. We are not doing injuries or suspensions. There's no roster expansion, so there's no reason any team will need minor league system. And it keeps the file size smaller. And this will be teammates SmileyFaceJane version 1. Unfortunately, OTP doesn't give you a ton of characters to, so I have to keep the titles kind of short. I think it's Smiley Face and then Jane. Or is it Jane then Smiley? I always forget when we get to this screen. And Jane identifies as female, and then we'll play commissioner mode. The birth date I always just leave the same. I don't want anyone doxing themselves. All right. Now the first thing we'll do is we'll set up the settings of the season, so I don't forget to do that, and then we'll have Smiley Face Jane announce the choices for the game today. 3 players from. I guess I can let you know they are going to be from the 2006 Twins. Oh, Smiley Face Jane, I don't know if you were listening when it came up, but there was a really interesting question asked by the chat. And I think it was AW. AW asked, could you have 2 Mowers? And there is no rule against having 2 Mowers. You could definitely do that. I thought that was a very fun and interesting question. All right, we're selecting the Twins. And let's go ahead and make those changes right now in the game settings screen. Scouting is already off. Coaching is off. Now, enable owner goals is unchecked, but the owner will still bother us. We will turn off injuries. We'll turn off suspensions. We will disable Now, this is a little confusing. OOTP does this. Some things you have to uncheck to disable them. Other things, like player development, you have to check to disable them. I would think it'd be a little less confusing if they were all either checked to be turned on, unchecked to be turned off, right? Or the reverse, but just to be consistent. But as a result, you have to like be very careful when doing this. I messed it up the other day and had to be corrected. Okay, when you get to league settings, it opens up a whole new set of submenus, which are all pretty important. Trading, we can turn trading off because this is a import, and so this is the one I unchecked by mistake. It says disable automatic creation of free agents. I want it off, so I unchecked it by mistake. It needs to be checked to turn this off. Okay, pitchers cannot win this MVP award. We are not going to bother voting for All-Stars. And we're going to turn the importance of the popularity of All-Stars to none. Players will not retire or miss seasons according to history. And we will not import historical rookies. Now, this is less important because it's a one-year sim, but just in case. Okay. Now, for this one, normally, we turn the modifiers off, which means we don't want the game nerfing whoever we import. But since there's only 3 players, we're going to leave everything on just to make sure we fully capture the 20 and retain the 2011 kind of season attributes. The smaller the group of players you bring in, the less the impact and the less they'll be nerfed or boosted by modifiers. Okay, actually, though, we've been leaving them on when we've been moving players around the majors. We're actually going to be bringing in new players. It's only 3, but if we ever do this and someone brings in, like, a Barry Bonds, he would have a small but potentially meaningful impact on the modifiers. And several modifiers too, especially like bases on balls and things like that. So, oh, you know what though? I can't do it because I already published the form with it. Wait, what did I say on the form? Now I don't remember. I think on the form I said I'd leave them on to preserve the... Yes, the modifiers will be on. So since it says on the form, I'm going to leave them on. That makes the decision easy. Okay. While we're in here, we'll make some changes to the mailbox real quick. Just make sure we get information we need, like all-star voting that we want to see, and the postseason awards. And we'll try to keep ourselves from being interrupted too much here. Yeah, we'll just save that with the new settings. Now, when we do stuff in 2023, which is most of the time, I already have a quick start for that. But with these other games, I don't know what season we'll end up in. So I don't have a 2011 save. I could save each of these as a quick start, I suppose. But since it already has an owner of a player associated with a manager and GM, I don't know. In some ways, I also think it's good to show people how to set this up in the stream in case they want to do it themselves. All right, so let's take a look at SmileyFaceJane's roster. This is what the 2011 Twins have to work with. Right, I mentioned Scott Baker led the team in pitcher war. Glenn Perkins is the highest rated pitcher on the staff with 4 stars. It looks like Jim Thome is the highest rated batter with 3.5 stars. This is a 40-year-old Jim Thome, and he's your best batter, at least according to the star system. And with scouting turned off, the scouting reports and the data should be 100% accurate. So from a rating perspective, he has the most stars on offense. So this is an interesting team. All right, so SmileyFaceJane, if you want to Oh, wait. So we're going to have to do an import. So let me set up a notepad for that. Let me show you what that looks like. Here's an example. Let me resize a little bit to make it easier to see. Okay, this is what it's ultimately going to look like. This is one I did for the 62 Mets when I played peak performances. Hey, Underdog, welcome in. We're setting up a community game that SmileyFaceJane is going to play tonight. But when we do player imports, you just set up a text file like this that has the player ID, the year you're pulling them from, and then the destination. So, for example, we brought in a 1954 Gil Hodges, a 1955 Gus Bell, and then we went into the future for a 1970 Jim Hickman, back to 1959 for a Roger Craig, and then again into the future for a 1964 Felix Mantilla. All right, so we're going to build a form like this for SmileyFaceJane for the 3 2006 Minnesota Twins that she's going to bring into 2011. So let's create a new sheet here. And we're going to use Baseball Reference to look up the players on the 2006 Twins. Now, the reason we use Baseball Reference is the Baseball Reference player ID is the same as the OOTP player ID. In case you didn't know that. It's a very handy thing to know for purpose of doing things like this. So let's put up BREF. And the 2006 Twins. And SmileyFaceJane, if you want to let us know the first of the 3 players you want to bring into 2011. Johan Santana, no surprise there. Excellent choice. Standard batting, let's go to standard pitching. There we go. So just 5 years removed from a team where Scott Baker's 2.2 WAR was the best. You had Johan Santana with a 7.6 WAR season. Led the majors in WAR, wins, ERA, strikeouts, ERA plus, FIP, WHIP, and led the AL in games started, innings pitched, strikeouts per 9. So an exceptional season here. Now again, the reason why we use Baseball Reference, if we click onto Johan Santana's profile, I need to shift this a little bit so I can show you the important part. There we go. So if you look up here in the URL where it says Santa Joe 02, Santa Joe is the first 5 letters of Santana, right? So Santa is the first letter of Santana, and Joe is the first 2 letters of Johan. So Santa Joe, and then it's 02 because apparently there's another Santa Joe before Johan. So he is the second Santa Joe to have played in the majors. So, going back to our notepad, we add Santa Joe 02, 2006. And I always use Franchise Time Machine because I never know when I'll use these rosters again. I might want to bring them into a different team. I just always know that my rosters are going to import into a team abbreviation FTM for Franchise Time Machine. All right. Excellent addition to the 2011 Twins. All right, who is the second player we're bringing back with us to 2011? Oh, that's interesting. If you search Santa Joe 01, you don't get anybody. Mauer. right, we'll move up to the batters. Joe Mauer, who had a 5.8 WAR. And let's see, led the majors in batting average with a 347. Was an all-star. Finished 6th in MVP voting and did win the Silver Slugger Award. Okay, so his player ID is... You get his whole last name, Mauer, J-O, 01, 2006, FTM. All right. And then who is the third player we're bringing with us? Liriano. Back down to the pitching staff. Here's Francisco Liriano, went 12-3 with a 2.16 ERA. I think the reason he doesn't have anything bolded is because he did not qualify from an innings perspective. But this is a really savvy pick because our players don't get injured. It doesn't matter if they didn't play a full season. They're going to scale up to a full season, and all their stats should scale with them. So this will be a great pick here. An even better strikeout per 9 than Johan. Just about the same whip, 1 versus 0.997 for Johan. An even lower ERA, and therefore an even better ERA plus. This is a great choice here. So basically 2 stud pitchers and a batting leader being added to the 2011 Twins. So here is his player ID, Liria FR01. (2006), and then the destination FTM. So that gives us this file, which I will just save as teammates, or just call it teammate trio SFJ VO1. Basically, just any file name you can remember, because you're going to need to find this file in the base game. So now that's ready to import. We'll go back to the base game. The first thing we have to do is make sure we go and change the Twins 3-letter abbreviation. It's currently MIN. We're going to change this to FTM. We can change it back later if we want to, but this has to be FTM during the import so that it finds the right place. So we do all player creation and importing happens from the free agency screen. If you're in commissioner mode, you'll have this pull down menu for actions. We can import historical players, historical database. SmileyFaceJane, while I do this, I was wondering if you can talk about or mention in the chat what other seasons you considered besides 2006. I'm curious to know that. So yeah, so you can enter players one at a time here, but you'll notice there's nowhere to put the destination, so they'll go in the free agent pool. That's the other benefit of using this list. Is here's teammate trio SFJ1. Now for fielding ratings, we are going to base them on the entire career so that it only impact Mauer. Or actually, I should give SmileyFaceJane the option. Do you want to use imported season? Oh, you already had your heart set in 2006. That's awesome. Do you want to use Mauer's imported season fielding, or do you want to use his career fielding? Now, the benefit of career fielding is you'll get all the positions he plays in his career. The downside is it might end up nerfing his defense a little bit if you're bringing in like a peak defensive season. Okay, imported. Pitcher stamina based on imported season. That's what I always recommend. Now this is the game will nerf players if they didn't play enough, like for the small sample size effect. I don't want it to do that, so I'm going to take these down just in case. All right. Now this should import 3 players onto SmileyFaceJane's twins. All right, you succeeded in 3 players imported. Now we'll go to the roster and make sure they look okay. There's Liriano, 5 stars. There's Mauer, 5 stars. And there's Johan, 5 stars. Now, we have another Mauer here. So just to distinguish them, we're going to edit their names. And this one will be 2011 Mauer. And this one will be 2006 Mauer. You know what? Maybe we should do that for all the 2006 players. Just so they stand out a little bit. Okay. This should be fun. Not only do we bring in 3 5-star players, we have 2 Joe Mauers playing for the same team at the same time. Okay, now we do have to make room on the roster. So, SmileyFaceJane, who do you want to send to the reserve? Basically taking them out of the simulation. This might make it easier for you to pick your pitchers. Okay, we're cutting the 2011 Liriano. What a difference 5 years makes. 85 stuff down to 55 stuff. 55 control down to 35 control. 5-star to 2-star. And it's not like he was old. He's only 27 years old, but definitely like the best years are behind him. Oh, Barry Basher, good luck getting reacclimated to work. I know that's got to be tough. But I'm glad that means the weather's good enough and the roads are good enough that you can get to work. So, but I hope you filled out a pack giveaway form before you head out. Love to have you in the running for some free packs. Yeah, it's crazy. Just in 5 years, how far Liriano declined. That's actually really sad to see. But yeah, we'll go ahead and send him to the reserve. Okay, and then for Santana, who do you want to cut? Yeah, no, that's right. So, oh, thank you for reminding me. Yes, if we look at his real life stats, yes, I'm kind of burying him prematurely. He did bounce back with a 16-8 season in 2013, a 12-7 in 2015, and what's really amazing is his strikeouts per 9 recover. He goes back to being a 9 strikeout per 9 pitcher, but is never quite as effective again. Part of that is the walks per 9 go up and stay up. But yes, I would be remiss if not mentioning what SmileyFaceJane reminded me of, which is that he did rebound, but was definitely not an ace again. But yeah, good call, SmileyFaceJane. He did bounce back from what you see here in 2011. Okay, Maharez is the send down. Makes sense. Lefty for lefty. And then, what batter do you want to send down to make room for the 2006 Mauer? Let me show you their batting ratings. Now, 2000, yeah, Rivera. You got to keep the Mauer catching duo. That's awesome. I hadn't even thought of this happening. AW definitely was ahead of me thinking of this. But it's awesome that you have two Mauers now on this roster. That's so good. It is interesting, right? But at 27-year-olds, most players are hitting their prime. But look how good this '06 Mauer is compared to the 27-year-old 2011 Mauer. 15 more contact, 15 more BABIP, 10 more power, 5 more I, 5 more defense, 35 more stealing. The framing, though, actually gets better in the older Mauer. But let's also look at Mauer's career here. Right, so 2011 is definitely a lower point in his career. He does rebound as well, hitting 319, 324. Even in 2017, as a 34-year-old, he has a 305 season. So this is definitely a low point for Mauer as well. So bringing in the peak version of him makes a ton of sense. SmileyFaceJane might have benched Mauer in the test. I love the idea of having them both in there. I think that's awesome. Okay, so let's go back, or actually now for these for the games with actual major leaguers, I give a lot more latitude to the contestants to make roster choices or lineup choices. But we'll start with the AI. Toogie raiding in. Thank you so much, Toogie, with the raid. Welcome in. We are messing around in Out of the Park Baseball 25. We are playing a game I invented where you pick any team in Major League history. In this case, SmileyFaceJane has selected the 2011 Minnesota Twins. And she can pick any other year in franchise history and bring 3 teammates from that year back to 2011 to try to improve this team. So SmileyFaceJane has grabbed from 2006 Joe Mauer, Johan Santana, and Francisco Liriano. All 5-star players, brought them back to 2011 to try to improve the 63-win Twins. And one of the most fun parts about it is we're going to have 2006 Joe Mauer playing with 2011 Joe Mauer. How was your stream, Toogie? I appreciate you bringing your folks in here. For those of you who are new to our stream, we do 3 kinds of things in our stream. We do community games like this one. We do historical theme simulations, like when Willie Mays passed away. I brought 4 versions of Willie Mays onto the 2023 Mets, just to kind of show how good he was and how much he can improve a team. And we do experiments, mostly to see how the game engine works and how the ratings impact performance. And those are particularly helpful when we play the perfect team version of OOTP, where we use player cards to compete in tournaments and leagues. AZ Sean, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. All right, so we're in the process of having the AI set the lineups for SmileyFaceJane, and then SmileyFaceJane, let us know what edits you'd like to make here. The AI has the 06 Joe Mauer catching and hitting 5th behind Tomei. both versus lefties and versus righties. And let's look at some depth charts here. It's got the 11 Mauer backing up at catcher and backing up at first base. Is there anything you want to change? Oh, your shortstop? Yeah, he's batting 6 too. How do we feel about that? His ratings are incredible. They're completely flat. He's 50s all the way across. I've actually never, I don't think I've seen that before. Someone who's absolutely flat, completely average. Yeah, a 40 at shortstop is bad. It's not terrible, though. I mean, it is a bad position to have a 40, but yeah. I mean, it's not like you could have used one of your 3 spots to bring a shortstop, though. I mean, Santana and Liriano are kind of like must-haves. Okay, should we move on to your pitching staff? You know, I guess VR, you could have 2011 Mauer play first base and have Mauer and Mauer. Yeah, yeah. Kadire can only play right field. And Kubel can play left or right. Interesting question. I think SmileyFaceJane is cooking up something here. Oh, okay. So, is this VR or VL? Or both? VR, okay. So, Kubel in left. And then Kadire in right. And who are we benching Delmon Young for? Let's do the benching first. All right, 2011 Mauer, a catcher. And the 2006 Mauer at DH. Okay. Now, do you want the 11 Mauer batting 8th, or do you want to move him around? We got the 2 Mauers in the lineup at the same time. That's awesome. That's so cool. Oh, Raiders, there is a form pinned to the chat if you want to guess how this team will do in 2011 with these changes. You can win packs, OOTP Perfect Team packs. If you don't play OOTP Perfect Team, they won't really do anything for you, but you can still participate. Okay, so the batting order will be Span leading off, Mauer 06 batting second, Tomei batting third, Kubel batting cleanup, Kadire batting fifth, 2011 Mauer batting sixth, Kloof batting seventh, Morneau batting eighth, and Casilla batting ninth. Okay. Do you want to do something similar with VL, or do you want to leave this as is? Going back to VR, let me have the AI adjust the depth charts. Okay. And then VL is unchanged right now. Switch all to if starter's tired. Makes sense. Okay, I can do that in VR too if you want. Do you want these all to if starter is tired? Okay. Oh yeah, there's another column I have to change. You're right. All right. And then in the pitching staff, this is where the two biggest changes probably are happening. Liriano and Santana being added. So it's going Liriano number 1, Santana number 2. We did not change the VL lineup at all. Did you want to change it? Oh, you want to copy the VR stuff over to VL. Sorry. Okay, I missed that part. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so we will copy lineups VR. Then we'll go to VL. And then we'll paste it in. Yep, Span, Mauer, Tomei, Kubel, Kadire, Mauer, Plouffe, Morneau, Casilla. Everyone is if starters are tired. Okay, yep, now we're good. Now we're good. Sorry, I missed that part of your request. Okay, so pitching staff. Liriano 1, Santana 2, Baker, Dunsig, Slowey. Oh, did the depth chart not translate over? Sorry. Okay, hold on. Oh, you're right. I only did the lineups. You're right. Depth chart. There we go. There we go. So pitching staff. You can also change the players you didn't import as well. If you want to change the back end of the rotation, or if you want to change the bullpen, and I assume you might want to change the rotation mode. All right, always start highest rested. Yep. This makes sure that Liriano and Santana will get as many starts as possible. Man, once you get past Baker, this rotation is pretty bad. Perkins is closer. Pavano long relief. Avoid high leverage. With mop up second round, really, really benching Pavano there. And then everyone else middle relief. Normal usage. Okay, Perkins is closer. Perkins currently has a secondary role set up. Do you want to keep that? Pavano, long relief, avoid high leverage and mop up. Everyone else middle relief, normal usage. Okay. Okay, everyone can have theirs taken away. Perfect. Easy enough. All right, and you're good with this rotation then? Liriano, Santana, Baker, Dunsig, and Slowey. Are your two crappy pitchers in the right order? Johan first, okay. Yeah, it's because his rates are so good. Like his ERA is lower, his strikeouts per nine are higher. Right, so his ratings are coming up a little higher. Now, Johan has much better control, but we know the AI values stuff a lot. I'm with you, though. I think Santana's the clear number one here. Better control, better stamina. But the Liriano import is good at what the AI likes. So I think that's why the AI has had him as the number one. Let me take a peek to see how we're doing on the pack giveaway form. I've got some entries. That's good. Anything else? You're good with Baker? I mean, I'm sure you're good with Baker at the 3 spot. I don't know if you care whether it's Slowey Dunsing or Dunsing Slowey. They're both pretty bad. That's gives rotation. Okay, and then what strategy do you want to run? Moderate sabermetric. All right, let's save all this. Awesome. Okay, so this is where we normally will take our 3-minute ad roll. This is your 3-minute warning also to finish filling out and submitting your pack giveaway form. And I will see you all in 3 minutes. Alright, looks like we're back from the ad roll. Hopefully that gave you enough time to fill out your forms. And as always, our contestant SmileyFaceJane, you are welcome to and encouraged to fill out a pack giveaway form. I didn't necessarily think this would work out this way, but it makes sense. Our contestants usually do pretty well in the pack giveaway form, if not winning, finishing second. Quite often. More than I would have expected. And definitely more than they would just by chance. Alright, is anyone still working on a final form they're about to submit? Because if not, I'll go ahead and close the form and we can take a look at the guesses. Maybe I'll give it like 20 more seconds. Alright, I'm not hearing any objections in the chat, so let's go ahead and close the form. We've got 4 participants tonight. Good luck, everybody. I'll put the guesses up on the screen shortly. As always, we're going to hide everyone's names until towards the end. And we will also hide the numerical guesses till the end, too. I'm kind of curious, too, SmileyFaceJane, as you were putting your team together and you were testing this out, how did the number 3, in terms of like you get to bring 3 players with you, feel? Did it feel like not nearly enough, or did you feel pretty confident in the 3 you were able to choose? Because our other games are, Force 4 trades. You get to pull 4 players from 4 different teams in your same season. Peak Performers, you get 5 players from your roster that you can replace with peak versions themselves. Now, why don't I put those up while I'm talking about them, actually? Right, with Major League Farm Team, you get to raid another team for 6 players. And then Shopping Spree, you get 7 free agents. Yeah, so SmileyFaceJane, that was one of my concerns, that it doesn't quite give you as much punch. To me, the big trade-off was, though, you can go anywhere in time, right, in your franchise history. And I was hoping that would give it enough power to offset the other things. I think it maybe it's just that Force 4 trades is just too strong. It should maybe force 3 trades, and then. But I like the alliteration of teammate trio. Teammate foursome just doesn't sound as good, and it also potentially sounds very dirty. But quantity-wise, maybe flipping those 2 would probably make more sense. Force 3 trades will still be really strong, and then bringing 4 teammates across time might be the right spot there. It's something to think about for PT20 for OOTP 26. Yeah, well, it's not so much the alliteration. It's just that teammate foursome just sounds so potentially bad. All right, here we go with our guesses. Will this team finish with a 500 or better record? We have 1 naysayer, 3 of you think that they will finish at least with a winning record. Now, even this is a stretch. This is a 63-win team. And to SmileyFaceJane's point, you're only bringing 3 new players to this team. Now, granted, these are like, the Santana season is an all-timer. The Liriano season, if you extrapolate to a full season, is another all-timer. And 2006 Mauer is a batting champion, so it is quite a bit of quite a boost to the talent here. So all three of the people who think that this team will have a winning record also think they'll make the playoffs. No one thinks they'll make it to the World Series, or of course win the World Series. 3 people think there will be a Cy Young Award winner here. Now, I would have thought Johan's the no-brainer, but after seeing Liriano's stats and knowing that they'll get extrapolated to a full season without any injuries, man, Liriano might be tough. Liriano might have a really good year. Of course, both of them had their really good seasons with the backing of a much better 06 lineup. There might not be as much run support even with the 06 Mauer added. We'll have to see. And as noted previously, their shortstop behind them is not awesome. No one thinks, though, we'll have an MVP from this team. Fair enough. We did only bring 1 batter onto this roster. All right, well, now that the guesses are in and the form is locked, let's look at what the AI prediction is going to be. To me, this is one of the more fun things in the OOTP base game, where if you roll the season forward, let me save this just in case. So we just finished today, and you'll see one of the things it's going to do up here is calculating stat settings, but then it's also going to calculate predictions. All right, so as of the first day of the season, it's taking what information it has and it's trying to predict what's going to happen. So under MLB reports and info, preseason predictions. All right, well, your cellar dwelling 63-win Twins are now predicted to win the division, granted with only 87 wins. These 87 wins would have put you 4th in the AL East and 2nd in the AL West. And the Rangers are projected to win 110 games. So let's see, you're predicted to score 704 runs, which is kind of middle of the pack. But your runs against are down to 629. Best in the division and 3rd best in the AL. Trailing only AW's Rays and the Rangers. Your 1288 strikeouts are projected to be the best in the AL. And the 418 walks are projected to be the fewest. That's a real nice combination there. All right, let's see. Top 10 players, hitters, and pitchers projected. I'm actually surprised the 06 Mauer is not projected to be a top 10 hitter here. I mean, part of that I think is the lack of power. The AI loves power for this list. But on the pitching side, you are projected to have the top 2 pitchers in the league. Santana projected to be 20-10 with a 2.47 ERA, 284 strikeouts. Liriano projected to be 14-8, 2.92 ERA, and 271 strikeouts. I think the more no decisions for Liriano come from the fact that his stamina is lower. And so he's not going to be in long enough to get as many decisions as Santana. That's my speculation there. All right, let's get a screenshot of this. And let's go ahead and should we watch Santana's first game? I think that'd be fun. We also get to see the two Mowers play together if we're facing... Oh, we're facing a... Yeah, we'll see the two Mowers. Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong game. We're facing... Where are the Twins? Oh, the Twins aren't playing today. All right. Well, we don't need high scores today. Okay. Day 2 of the season. Day 1 for the Twins. We'll hide scores. We're playing against the Blue Jays. Santana facing Brandon Morrow, who is a righty. All right, let's see what happens. All right, the AI is taking us to the second batter of the inning. Span is already on. And that's 0-6 Joe Mauer up now with no outs and a 1-1 count. Runner already in scoring position. Fly ball to right field. It's going to hang up long enough for an easy out. Span headed to third. What is he doing? Gunned out. Oh my goodness. That is not a good decision. Ran himself out of an inning there. I don't even know what to say about that, SmileyFaceJane. That was pretty bad. All right, bottom of the first now. Toronto up. 2 outs for Jose Bautista. Fly ball to right field. It looks like that's got the distance, and it is gone. Jays are up 1-0. Top of the fourth now. Minnesota batting. 1 out. Full count to Morneau. Draws a walk. First and second. First and second with only 1 out. Casilla is up. 2-2 count. Ground ball to second. Over to short. No throw to first, though. Fielder's choice. Keeps the inning alive. First and third with 2 outs for Denard Span. He's got a chance to make up for his boneheaded running mistake in the first inning. And he hits a line driving to right field. Driving in a run. Redemption for Denard Span. Throw to third is not in time. Runner advances to third. First and third now for 0-6 Joe Mauer. This is what we brought him across time for. And a line drive into left field into the corner. That's going to be extra bases for the batting champion. All right, we get 3 runs in that inning. AI is taking us now to the top of the 5th. Kubel leading things off. 3-1 count. Fly ball to deep right field. That's going to be gone. Santana still in the game in the bottom of the 5th. Runner on first. No outs for Adam. Is it Adam Lind or is it Leaned like Jose Leaned? Ground ball to second. Over to short. Back to first. Double play. Bottom of the 6th now. 2 outs. 0-2 count for Escobar with Corey Patterson on second. Ground ball back to the pitcher. To the shortstop. Has to hold on to it. Has to eat that infield single. You've only heard Leaned. Yeah, Jose Leaned I know is Leaned, so I'll go with Leaned. All right, Bautista's up now with 2 outs, 0-1 count. Dangerous hitter with 2 runners on. But Santana gets him to pop up. Nicely done. That's some expert pitching there. Bottom of the 8th now. Bullpen has the game. Chuck James is in, facing Aaron Hill. 2 outs, 1-2 count. Line drive over the second baseman into right field for a base hit. That'll keep the inning alive. Davis up now. 1-0 count. Line drive past the first baseman into right field. Runners going for third. Throw will not be in time, but they do hold the trail runner from advancing. Escobar up now. Tying run is at the plate. Popped up. Third baseman squeezes it. Ends the inning. One out, 0-1 count. Bottom of the ninth. Ground ball to short. Slow roller. Throw to first. Not in time. It's an infield hit. Keeps the game alive. 2 outs. 3-2 count for Encarnacion. Ground ball past the first baseman into right field. Oh, and the right fielder bobbles the ball. Runners advance on the error. Not what you want to see. All right, second and third now for Juan Rivera. 2 outs, full count. Draws the walk. Bases loaded. Brett Lowry pinch hitting. 2 outs, 1-1 count. Pops him up. First baseman's tracking it. Second baseman comes over and makes the play. Well, I'm glad they didn't blow the win for Santana. Nice. Your season's off to a good start, SmileyFaceJane. 4-1 win. Player of the game is Johan Santana. 7 1/3, 1 earned. Scatters 5 hits and 3 walks against 7 strikeouts. Denard Span goes 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. Nicely done. All right, let's go back to the standings. 1-0. Let's do the first full month now of April. Oh, wait, we need to put on the leaderboards. Santana should be up there. Tied for the league lead in wins. Tied for the league lead in strikeouts. And Perkins, tied for the league lead in saves. Twins bouncing between second and third now, up to first in the AL Central. All right, let's see. 8 consecutive on base by Tomei. 20 consecutive scoreless innings by Santana. Wow. Johan is bringing it. The Twins are 16-11 atop the division, a half game ahead of the Tigers. Santana is second in the league in ERA, leading the league in strikeouts, and leading the league in pitcher WAR. All right, let's do a next full month now. Can't seem to extend their lead, but they are staying in first place. Oh, the lead just jumped to 5.5 games. Now back down to 3.5. 10-game shutdown streak by Perkins. Nice decision to put Perkins in as your closer, SmileyFaceJane. 9-game run streak by the 06 Mauer. And a 7-game extra base hit streak by Kadire. Twins are 31-23, 2.5 games ahead of the Tigers. 4 games ahead in the loss column, which is a nice position to be in. No batters popping up in the top 3 yet for the Twins, but Santana is leading the league in ERA, leading the league in strikeouts with 104, and has the top pitcher WAR in the league. 8 is the league lead for wins. Let's see how many Santana has. Santana is 6-3, so a couple wins behind Triple Crown position there. All right, let's sim through the month of June. Oh, Longoria? What's Longoria doing? Oh, leading the league in home runs. Tied for the league lead in RBIs. All right, next month. This is where the owner usually bothers us, even though we turned off owner comments. Can't seem to extend that lead beyond 3 games. Down to 2 games, down to 1 game, down to half a game, down to second place. Pitcher of the month is Johan Santana. We have fallen to second place, 1 game behind the Tigers now. Let's check out this month that Santana had. He dominated the league with 3 wins. Wow, he won pitcher of the month despite going 3-2. I don't think I've ever seen that. He must have really done well in those games then. 43 and 2/3, 52 strikeouts, 6 walks, 1.44 ERA, held hitters to a 1.6 on average, and he lost 2 games? What happened in those? Let's see the game logs. Okay, here's one loss. He went 8 and 2/3, gave up 1 earned run, 2 runs, no walks, 6 hits, 8 strikeouts. That's a hard luck loss if I ever saw one. Okay, his other loss that month, he went 6 innings, 3 earned. Yeah, this is a rougher start. 3 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. But this 8 and 2/3 gave up 1 earned run, 2 runs, and they lost 7-5. What the heck did the bullpen do? Like, that was June 17th. Sorry to get sidetracked, but I got to see what happened that game. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't a 7-5 loss. His record went to 7-5. Okay. So he lost on that unearned run, I guess. Oh, I don't know which run came first. Let's check the game log. How did they score that last run? Okay, Santana starts the inning. Headley grounds out. Hundley flies out. Guzman gets a double. They bring in Perkins. Perkins gives up a hit. Runner rounds third and scores. So the unearned run must have been the earlier run then. In the 4th inning. Headley, again, it's Headley and Hundley starting things off. Single, strikeout. Guzman reaches on an error. Flyout. That flyout means the error extended the inning, and that extended inning results in the single. Runner scores, but the trail runner's thrown out. So it could have been a lot worse. Okay. I've never seen a pitcher of the month go 3-2. That's amazing. Like, that's how good he was. That he lost 2 games and he still won pitcher of the month. That's crazy. All right, let's sim to the All-Star game. Three games behind, 4 games behind. 32 scoreless inning streak by Santana. Man, Santana is doing work this season. Wow. 49 and 41, 2 games behind. We do have to sim 1 more game to get to the All-Star break. It is a loss, unfortunately. 3-7 in the last 10. Well, the Tigers have gone 5-5. So the deficit's grown to 3 games. All right, let's see what the All-Star voting looks like. All right, Joe Mauer, the 2011 Joe Mauer, is 3rd in voting at catcher, 2.5 million votes. Man, Twins getting shut out of the voting otherwise. And even at DH, our 06 Mauer is not getting top 3 votes. Now Santana is the top vote getting pitcher with 2.2 million votes. 9 and 6 of the. Oh my goodness, this is Bob Gibson style. He's got a sub-2 ERA and has lost 6 games already. What did Gibson do in 68? He had a sub-2 ERA and he lost like 13 games or something insane. All right, and then let's check out what is happening with Liriano. Liriano is 8 and 6 with a 3.58 ERA and a 1.05 WHIP. So the WHIP is good. He's given up some bombs. He's got 1.1 home runs per 9, so that's hurting him. He's given up 14 home runs in 115 2/3 innings. And they're clearly not getting run support because even Santana with the 1.44 ERA has 6 losses. So it's not going to be any easier for Liriano with a 3.58 ERA. On the run support side, there's only so much I think 06 Joe Mauer can do. And 06 Joe Mauer is not doing... I mean, he's doing okay, but not 06 Joe Mauer level. 6 home runs, 295 average, 753 OPS. Tomei's bringing it, though. 308 average, 16 home runs, 917 OPS. And Kadyr's almost hitting 300, 14 home runs, 858 OPS. So if 06 Mauer can... hit that batting title stroke, things could turn around pretty quickly, I think. Because Tomei and Kadir are playing really well. And Denard Span, too. 18 steals, 2 caught stealing, 275 average. So I think there are pieces there for a run. I think it'll help if 06 Mauer can hit that batting title form. All right, home run challenge. No one from the Twins was in this. Oh, we looked at the votes. We didn't look at the selections. We'll go look at the selections after this. Longoria advances to round 2. Do you want to try to switch 06 and 2011 Mauers? Put him at catcher, see if that helps. Mike Morse and Chris Heisey advance to the final. And Chris Heisey wins the home run challenge. Wins it 10-9. All right, let's sim a day to the All-Star game. Okay, SmileyFaceJane still likes the other one at catcher more because of the defense. It's just a disappointing performance from the 2011 one with the bat. Yeah. Well, the 06 one too. I mean, batting title ratings, not getting nearly batting title performance. Santana does get the honor of starting the All-Star game. That's something. And the AL does win 5-4, getting 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th to walk it off. I got to see how that walk-off happened. Bottom of the 9th. Paul Maholm comes in to pitch. J.J. Hardy flies out. Austin Jackson doubles. Pedroia grounds out, advancing Jackson to third. And then Mark Reynolds hits a 2-run home run. Nicely done. Let's check out the box score. Oh, no, we have to check out who got selected to the All-Star game. Oh, Team NSFW ace Doug Fister has been selected to the All-Star game. No surprise, Johan Santana is voted in. He's on the pitching staff. Liriano does not get selected. And Maurer does not get selected. It looks like Georgia Tech legend Jason Varitek got selected instead. And Jim Thome got selected though. Nice. 308 average, 16 home runs. All right. Well, 2 All-Stars, but not the 2 I was... one was who I was expecting. The other, a surprise. So now let's go check out the box score, now that we know who's in the game. Look at this win percentage. Win probability percentage. That's what happens when you hit a 2-run walk-off. Yeah, especially because they were down 1. It's not like hitting a walk-off when the score is tied. You're down 1 and hit a 2-run walk-off. That's awesome. All right, let's see what... did Thome even get in the game? I'm not seeing him. I don't think he got in the game. What a burn. Against all odds, 40-year-old Jim Thome gets selected to the All-Star game and doesn't even get in the game. Bummer. Johan Santana throws 1 inning, starting the game. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. And that's it for the Twins. All right, let's get back to the sim here. 49-42. 3 games behind the Tigers for the AL Central title. Let's see if we can start getting them some run support, because Santana has a sub 1.5 ERA and has lost 6 games. That's unacceptable, Minnesota. All right, let's sim to the end of July. Look at that, they're tied for first now. They're in first, tied for first, in first, tied for first. 61-48, 1 game ahead of the Tigers. See, all you had to do was give them a pep talk. Tell them their run support was unacceptable. Let's see, Santana's still leading the league in ERA, 1.68. Santana and Liriano first and second in strikeouts. Santana's almost at 200 strikeouts on August 1st. That's awesome. All right, let's sim the month of August. The dog days of summer. Twins fall to second place, 1 game behind, half game behind, tied for first, in first. Really slugging out with the Tigers here. 17-game quality start streak by Santana. Wow. They are tied atop the AL Central. The Tigers are 73-64. The Twins are 74-65. Santana still working a sub-2 ERA, leading the league, just ahead of C.J. Wilson. Santana Liriano first and second strikeouts. Santana is now up to 245 strikeouts on September 1st. And they're both first and second in pitcher WAR. Yeah, Liriano is starting to pick it up. In fact, let's see. He is now 14-7. Wow, he's really taken off since the All-Star break. Santana, though, having a hard time getting far above 500. He's still 11-8. 8 losses with a 1.92 ERA. That is ridiculous. Oh yeah, in 2011, there's just the one wild card spot. Yeah, and the AL Central is so weak. You got to win the division to get in. All right, we're gonna go a week at a time here. Now that we're in the home stretch. Ooh, Twins jumped ahead. 2 games ahead now of the Tigers, 77 and 65. 8-2 in their last 10 and on a 3-game winning streak. Do another week here. Oh, the lead jumped up to 3 and then disappeared. They're tied, but the Twins are 79 and 69, while the Tigers are 78 and 68. Santana has actually lowered his ERA to 1.88. And their strikeout rate seems to have slowed down a bit. Santana's at 258 strikeouts now. Liriano's at 249. Man, with some run support, Santana would be on track for a pitching triple crown, but he's stuck at 12 wins, 12 and 9 with a one. These are DeGrom numbers. 12 and 9 with a 1.88 ERA. That's DeGrom esque. Actually, it's not DeGrom's fault. That's Mets esque, and I say that as a Mets fan. SmileyFaceJane was confused by Napoli's insane WAR, but looking at his 2011 season on a rate base, I can see it. There's Mike Napoli. He's yeah. So whatever he was doing, just extrapolate that for a full season, and yeah, 40 home runs, 338 average. We're looking at OPS of 1105. Yeah, that's some serious production. Let's take a look at Napoli's real stats. In 2011, yeah, he only had 113 games and hit 30 home runs and hit 320. So extrapolate that on a full season basis, and you get a little RNG luck that boosts that 320 average, and all of a sudden you're like you're a WAR king. Yeah, 9.2 WAR is crazy, and we're not even at the end of the season yet. Yeah, and if he's playing catcher, yeah, I don't. What's his game mix? He played, yeah, he's playing almost all his games at catcher, so that's a huge boost to the WAR. All right, let's do another week here. We're at September 12th. Oh, see, yeah, the owner has decided to wait till September to bother us. Oh, we've fallen 2 games behind, 3 and 7 in the last 10. I blame the owner. We got to make up that deficit. We want to make the postseason. All right, we're switching to scores mode. We're gonna watch We're gonna quick play Tigers, and we're gonna quick play Twins. Looks like, are the Tigers off today too? I think they might be. I don't see the Tigers. Yep, okay. And the Twins are off too. All right, here we go. Oh. Can't catch your breaks by fishing. The Tigers are playing the Royals. Tigers win 4-3, scoring in the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th to win it. Well, at least the Twins are facing the 63 and 90 Mariners. Scott Baker's on the bump. Oh, the Mariners win 5-1. Come on, Twins. All right, we'll sim to the next day. 3 games behind now. Tigers win 5-1. Twins win 5-2. Tomei hits a home run. Santana is player of the game. 12 strikeouts for Santana against 1 walk. 2 earned, 6 hits. Over 8 innings. Okay, the Tigers are playing the Orioles. And the Tigers win 10-3. And the Twins lose to the Mariners 6-1. Well, Duensing was on the mound. That's not a surprise, I guess. 4 games behind. Tigers again playing the Orioles. Tigers win 5-3. Twins at the Guardians. Liriano's on the mound. Twins win 3-0. 3-hit shutout of the Guardians. Liriano goes 8 innings, no earned, 1 walk, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts. That's a heck of a performance by Liriano. He's not giving up on the season yet. All right, Tigers facing the Orioles again. Arrieta on the mound for the Orioles, so they have a chance. Although, is this a washed Arrieta? He's 1-2 with a... Oh, no. It's a not even started. It's just getting started, Arrieta. Tigers win 14-8. Orioles went for the 2-point conversion and scored it. All right. This is the back end of the rotation. Kevin Slowey's on the mound for the Twins. And they lose 7-6 in the bottom of the 9th. Brutal. Brutal. The Tigers have clinched it. They went 9-1 in their last 10, winning 9 in a row. All right, Twins finished 85-76, 5 games behind the Tigers. And to make it worse, Santana falls out of the ERA title position. 2.13 ERA. Can't hit 300 strikeouts. Finishes at 280. Oh, no, we have 1 day left to sim. Is Santana pitching? Liriano's pitching. Should we watch this? Should we watch Liriano work? Or do we not want to bother watching the inept offense of this team? Let's just quick play it. Oh, 3-1 win. Liriano, player of the game. 5 1/3, 4 hits, no earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Okay, I'm glad we didn't watch this because that would have been 3 2/3 innings of just like stressing out that the bullpen was going to blow it for Liriano. Yikes. Perkins does get his 36 save. Hey, Perkins has 36 saves with a 2.07 ERA. He might have a chance at that reliever of the year. Tomei went 2 for 4 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and a run scored. But unfortunately, we are eliminated from the playoffs. It's probably going to be... Yeah, the Rays have secured at least the wild card. Kadire goes 2020. Interesting. And the Red Sox take the AL East. The Rays are going to have to settle for the wild card. And the Rangers actually surpassed expectations. I think they were projected for 110. They actually won 114. The Rangers having an amazing season. First in runs scored, first in average, second in home runs, first in ERA, first in defensive efficiency, and 20th in strikeouts. That's crazy good. Partly driven by Beltre hitting 140 RBI. As SmileyFaceJane noted, Mike Napoli hitting 40 home runs and finishing second or tied for the lead in batter war with Bautista. Napoli leading the league in OPS. Michael Young third in batting average. On the pitching side, C.J. Wilson leads the league in ERA, taking that title from Santana. C.J. Wilson also tops in wins, but Santana, Liriano, Verlander, others prevent Wilson from winning the strikeout title. Nally ended up 1 point off his real-life OPS. That's amazing. That's incredible, actually. Mets legend Daniel Murphy finishes third in batting in the NL. All right, let's watch the postseason. We'll just watch it in tree mode since we're not in it. With only one wild card, it looks pretty funky. Not the way we're used to seeing it. All right, the Rangers beat the Rays, and the Tigers beat the Red Sox to advance. In the NL, the Nats beat the Phillies, and the Cardinals advance over the Giants. Rangers win 4-2 over the Tigers, and the Cardinals need 7 games to squeak past the Nationals. Yeah, sorry, AW. Knocked out in the division series. And you will put Tampa. You can't mess with... When did AW become a mod, by the way? Oh, it was during the trying to delete the message craziness. The password in chat, that's right. That was so funny. The funny thing too is that called way more attention to it than it would have had if no one had said anything. All right, let's see who wins the World Series. Ooh, the Rangers do squeak by and win the World Series. Okay, SmileyFaceJane, your game score is 416. As the debut player of Teammate Trios, you do have the game score lead. In fact, I need to set up a leaderboard form for this game, so I can put your game score in it. I realize I'm not doing this on screen, but let me just create a form real quick. I'll just put this one entry. Okay, this is SmileyFaceJane. Minnesota Twins. 2011. Game score is 416. Okay. And let's see. To figure out who wins the packs, we're going to need to know the postseason awards. So let's sim to those. Actually, let me save the season here real quick. Serious Streisand effect. Yes, totally. The AI is being passive aggressive. This is AW. This is an average score, smiley face. What is this game? Oh, this is the last game of the season. Kansas City picks up another L. Another L. At least we get to finish the season with this on here for the whole postseason, for the off season. We'll have this up here. That's nice, at least. Okay, so we save the game. We'll go to the mailbox for our postseason awards. First up is Great Glove. Check it out. Liriano and the original 2011 Mauer win Gold Gloves. Nice. I say nice, and I also think it's awesome that the button here says nice. This always makes me smile when I see this. Nice. Not okay, not close. Nice. Let's screenshot this. This is a good achievement. Two Great Glove Awards. Alright, next up is the Reliever of the Year. Now, I actually think we have a chance here. We should at least get votes. The 2 and 8 might hurt us. The ERA for the winner is usually sub 2, but 2.07 is pretty close. The whip might hurt us. Yeah, I think it definitely supports that you made the right decision on how you played the Mauers. I like the Mauers, plural, as if it's like a whole family. The Mauer family, the Mauers. Alright, let's see what happens here. Oops. No achievement, but I do think we're going to win some votes here. So Papelbon wins it for the Sox. Oh, we don't get any votes. I mean, was Perez that much better? Was Feliz that much better? 8 and 4. I would argue our closer season was better. Oh, Perkins was second. It was better. I was right. I just can't read. I was right. I just can't read. Perkins did finish second. 2 first place votes. Actually, fewer first place votes than Darren Oliver, but more points. Finishes second. All right. And SmileyFaceJane, I think that was your call to put Perkins at closer, so nice job. Nicely done. This is an award we have a hard time winning in our simulations, so I'm screenshotting this. That's awesome. Yeah, I was like, he's going to be at the end of this or he's not going to be in at all. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed you there at second in line. All right, Platinum Stick Awards. Let's see. Maybe 2. Maybe 2 here. Maybe 1. Or I guess maybe 0. Well, Kadire is playing left, so he's up against Josh Hamilton. 308, 31 home runs. And then, how did our Mauer end up hitting? 06 Mauer ended up hitting 3... Wow! Mauer must have had a heck of a second half because he ended up hitting 326. But, oh yeah, we're up against Napoli. There's no way. Yeah, Adrian Gonzalez hit 369 with 34 home runs. 369, very nice batting average. Cano hits 337 with 31 bombs. Evan Longoria, 271. 52 bombs for Longoria. he goes the Brady Anderson route, decides to pop off for 52 home runs out of nowhere. Maybe Anderson's not a fair comparison. He had more home run seasons than Brady Anderson did, but he never came close to 50. Putting words in my mouth. I did not say that Longoria's on the juice. But yeah, he didn't ever come close to 52, so that's an amazing season there. And we do not have random talent change set on this, so that's all RNG. Johnny Peralta hits 311, 26 home runs. Josh Hamilton 308 with those 31 bombs, 14 stolen bases. Curtis Blanderson hits 279, 38 home runs, 17 steals, 120 runs and 120 RBI. That's some production there. Nelson Cruz 293 and 34 bombs, and then David Ortiz 332 average, 38 bombs, 134 RBI. We're up against some big bats that season. We did not get a single Platinum Stick Award. I do want to see Mauer split for second half. There's no other story used on the Silver Slugger list, just tainted by Longoria. Don't get banned by AW, SmileyFaceJane, at least until your sim is over, until your episode is over. Alright, let's look at batting stats. I want to see the second half split. Can I not get a second half split? Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, 2011 batting splits menu. Thank you. Oops. Hold on. Where'd it go? Okay. Time frame. I can't see just second half. Hits 312 in June. Oh, no, sorry, that was July. 312 in July. 327 in August. 394 in September. I knew it. 394 in September. That's awesome. He was trying to get you guys into the playoffs. God, he was working hard. 394 down the home stretch. Man, Mauer, 1.4 WAR in that last month. Yes, September studs card for sure. So I take it as, man, he's really working hard in September. SmileyFaceJane says, would have been nice if he tried earlier. Amazing. So good. That's so good, SmileyFaceJane. All right. All right, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, we're gonna see about the remaining postseason awards. Rookie of the Year. I don't think we have anyone in the running there for that. Cy Young Award. Let's see. Liriano finished at 16-9, 3.16 ERA, 1.02 WHIP, 7.1 WAR. Santana finishes 14-9, 2.13 ERA, 0.96 WHIP, 8.5 WAR. I mean, I don't think it's good enough a season to win it, but I think he'll get some points. Liriano too. I think Liriano might get some points there as well. You know what? Part of it is it shows how good Santana was and Liriano. It also goes to show how bad that 2011 team was. The offense is just awful. All right, well, he didn't win it because we didn't get an achievement. Santana comes in second. CJ Wilson sweeps the first place votes, but Santana comes in second. Liriano comes in fifth. Oh, man. 22-7, 205 strikeouts, 1.93 ERA. All right, MVP. I don't think we have a shot here, but let's see who we have. Jeff Neiman, where did he finish? Oh, last on the list. He did get 6 votes, 6 points. 14-7, 177 strikeouts, 2.79 ERA. How come we don't mention James Shields, AW? Shields finished third. 14-8, 211 strikeouts, 2.98 ERA. It looks like AW is also just looking at the bottom of the list, just like I was earlier. Shields wasn't 6'9", 285 pounds. That's true. Who's that? Who's the TTC that has the theme team that is the Niagara Fall Barrels or something? It's all players who are over like 250 pounds. All right, MVP. I mean, if the Twins had won, I know OOTP voting doesn't work like this. I think it looks at the season as a whole. But if the Twins had won the division and Mauer had hit 400 in September, you'd have to give it to him, right? I mean, he's clearly the most valuable player down the home stretch. I mean, they didn't win it, but it would have been interesting to see how the AI would have voted that. Because I don't think the AI is set up to vote by, like, what did you do in the stretch run. I think it just looks at the season as a whole. Which is fine. I don't have any argument with that, but I just think in real life, if that had happened, I think he would have gotten a lot of votes for kind of lifting them to the division title. But yeah, I don't think we have anything here. Tomei, I mean, these home run totals are anemic. 26 led the team. SmileyFaceJane said the rest of the season wasn't strong enough. Yeah, but I think you're giving 2011 voters a lot of credit. I think if he had carried the team like that, I think he actually would have gotten real life votes. If he had gotten that hot in September. I don't think he would have won it, but I think he would have gotten votes. I think he would have gotten a significant number of votes. Especially back then, I don't think voters were as good about like not being or that good at being objective or scientific about their votes. I mean, Mauer might be a better bet if he had more power. Tomei would be our best bet probably, but I mean that's just not productive enough. I mean, this team's relying on a 40-year-old guy to drive their offense. Yes, this team did need a killer brew. I don't know, though. This is a tough team to save. So I don't know if you guys know this, but Fox Hill wants to do every one of these games with the 87 Twins because he's really into just like how improbable that championship was. And so he wants to test out that team with all these games, which I think is kind of cool. I'll be really interested to see how that plays out. I think that's a really fun idea. Um, yeah. So let's see who gets the votes. I mean, is Napoli gonna win the MVP? Or let me go back to. I mean, Adrian Gonzalez is a candidate, I guess. Longoria with 52 bombs. All right, well, let's see what happens. Well, we didn't win it because we didn't get a pop up. It is Gonzalez. That 369 average with 34 home runs, 124 RBIs. It is a very fragmented race, though. He got 15 first place votes. Napoli got 6. Longoria got 7. And Miggy got 2. And the Twins didn't get any. Womp womp. Well, AW, if you're that interested, why don't you play it? Yeah, that's the 2011 voting. Still caring about average over other stuff. That's right. That's right. That's also why I think they could have been conned into voting for Mauer if Mauer had hit 400 and taken them to the division title. Because they're not as savvy, I think, as in hindsight with better analytics we are now. AW, how do you not have enough points? When you get the points, do this sim with the 1966 Twins. Oh, yeah, so I'm just saying in real life that some voters would be fooled into voting. I'm not saying that they. But I was also wondering if some AI voters can be fooled into voting that way. Right? This is the whole thing about like real baseball. This game doesn't sim real baseball. This game sims what it's programmed to sim. So I doubt it would go that way, but I was just kind of curious about that. Oh yeah, no, AW, you're right. You did a redemption, but you were going to be on the roster for the 200 stream. So you should still get both. Yeah, you should still get both. Do you want to do this with the 66 Twins? Do you want to bring some 66 Twins to 2011? SmileyFaceJane disagrees that he shouldn't. SmileyFaceJane is just bucking for a ban from AW. All right, AW, let's discuss in Discord. We'll get you on the calendar in the next 2 weeks. I think it's a fun idea to try to build on what SmileyFaceJane has done here. I also think it'd be fun to try different games with this team because once I find a team that's like this bad, it does make me want to figure out like how can we fix it. Like how was the 2010 free agent class? Yeah, this will be a fun team to play with, SmileyFaceJane. I think you've brought a good team to our attention to try to improve. Because man, the offense is abysmal. I mean, look at this. Look at these offensive numbers. 26, 20, 17, and 13 are your top home run totals in 2011. That's craziness. Like, let's look at the stats. Team stats. Team batting in the AL. The Twins hit 116 home runs. Detroit hit 191. The White Sox hit 167. But AW, the pitching's pretty bad too, though. That's the thing. We were talking at the very beginning. Is the teammate trios is a little underpowered compared to some of the other games because you can only bring in 3 players. But yeah, Oliva and Killebrew would definitely help on the offense. But then is the pitching going to be too bad? I don't know. I think it's worth trying. It'd be fun to see. Caught 1-man rotation. Amazing. I wonder what his stamina would translate to in 2011. All right, let's give away some packs here. Let me unhide the Twitch IDs. I think we have everything we need to give away packs. All right. So, will this team finish with a 500 or better record? We did at least manage to do that. In fact, finished significantly better than the 63 wins. It's a plus 23 win performance. So, that knocks out Fufax, SmileyFaceJane, Kitty Poop, and AW still in the running. Will this team make the playoffs? They did not make the playoffs, so everyone advances. They did not make the World Series. And, of course, they did not win the World Series. Yeah, Fufak was already out here, so he doesn't get to jump back in. Will a player from this team win the Cy Young Award? No. So everyone advances. Will a player from this team win the MVP? No, everyone was correct on that one. Alright, now let me unhide the next column, which is how many games will this team win? And the answer is 86. 86. Who feels good about their answer? Anybody? Anybody feel good about their answer? AW, do you feel good about that answer? Because you guessed 87. You were off by 1. What a guess. All right, now for second place, we advance to the next question. The next question is, what will be the highest... Well, let's shrink all these down now. All right, what will be the highest WAR? Let's look at pitcher WAR first. Tends to be lower, but on this team, batter WAR might be lower. Maybe we should look at batter WAR first. This team's batting is so bad. The best batter WAR is 5.4 by Denard Span out of nowhere. It must be the stolen bases. The AI loves stolen bases. Tomei finishes second with 4.8. 06 Maurer is third with 3.8. So Denard Span with 5.4. And on the pitching side, it is Johan with 8.5. That means SmileyFaceJane comes in second. Congratulations, SmileyFaceJane. That's 3 packs for SmileyFaceJane, 7 packs for AW. Let's see how we did on the others. How many regular season home runs will be hit by the player who leads the team in home runs? That was, I think I mentioned earlier, the sad total of 26 by Jim Tomei. Holy cow, SmileyFaceJane got that exactly. How did you know this team would be so bad? SmileyFaceJane, what a guess. I never would have guessed that the home run leader would be that low of a number. Wow. But I guess you know this roster because you've been experimenting with it. So, all right. How many regular season strikeouts? Randis Pryor banned. Max LP80 has created a quick save to replicate creator roster so he can keep running creator roster tests. Wow, real life leader only had 20. Amazing. How many regular season strikeouts will be thrown by the pitcher who leads his team in strikeouts? That would be Johan with 288. 269. Oh, 271. AW takes it. Burned by the meme again. Burned by the meme. Oh, Tommy had 12 in 71 games, so him leading at 26 makes a lot of sense. It does, yeah. Things scale pretty well here. When you have injuries off, it can happen. Regular season batting average that leads the team in batting average. I think it might be Maurer. Yeah, it's Maurer at 326. AW with 324. Man, AW and SmileyFaceJane just crushing the guesses here. Wow. All right, and the ERA title for the team. Minimum 100 innings pitched. Perkins had a 2.07, but only 69 innings. Very good inning total, though. Santana with a 2.13. Now, everyone was pretty off on this one. Kitty Poo Poo takes it with a 2.72. But, man, what guesses by you two? Amazing. All right, AW first place. SmileyFaceJane second place. And SmileyFaceJane has let us know that she is not going to be streaming tonight. So I'm going to look for somewhere to take us into. I guess I'll put the slide back up. Yeah, I was going to do a pack ripping session, but given that's the... What is it? What is the theme again for Thursday? Legends or something? I gotta wait for that. I've got a bunch of silver and some, I think, a perfect packed. I'm saving those for Thursday, then. Plus, then I can maybe get a little bit of sleep tonight, too. How close were you to... Legends of the Game? Yeah, I'm definitely saving packs for that. Yeah, we definitely need an Aaron and a Maze for sure. Yeah. Oh, you asked about batting average. How close to average were you? On the average were you? It was 326, and you guessed 324. SmileyFaceJane, I heard the very last card set that comes out in the year is 86 Mets. Okay, here's the thing with the 86 Mets. I've said this before, but I said it back when I first started streaming and no one was watching. My first dozen streams were the 86 Mets replacing each one of the 1960s Mets and 1970 Mets. So 86 Mets in 62, 86 Mets in 63. And every time I said, as a Mets fan, even as a Mets fan, this never feels like an elite World Series championship team to me. The only thing elite about that team was probably the quality and the depth of the starting rotation. Nothing else about that team is elite. I think Darryl Strawberry led the team with like 28 home runs or something. The offense wasn't elite. I mean, heck, you had Rafael Santana as the starting shortstop, right? But the lineup didn't really, other than Santana, the lineup didn't really have holes. The defensive wasn't elite, but it didn't have any holes. So it was just like a solid team with not a lot of holes and a super good pitching rotation. And as a result, it doesn't always sim very well either. And also as a result, it's not going to make a very good card set. So I would never hold my packs for a made up 86 Mets card set. Top heavy, but I don't know. I mean, Rick Aguilera was the 5 starter, swingman out of the bullpen, and Aguilera goes on to become a great closer. So to me, like, that's a really good pitching staff. I do think it's pretty deep. Fernandez, and you've got Gooden is the clear ace, and then Fernandez, Darling, and Fernandez, Ojeda, and Darling. Depending on the day, any one of those is a two guy. So you have like potentially 3 number 2 starters, and then your swingman ends up being a dominant ace for a few years, right? So I think it was a pretty dominant rotation. Yeah, I would say they're good players, but they're not even Hall of Very Good level. They're just like Ray Knight. I can't see Ray Knight ever getting a card beyond low gold. I mean, you see how much trouble they have making a decent Howard Johnson card. Even Len Dykstra is like pre-Phillies where he's really good. 3 number 2s equals 1.5 aces. I don't know that it works that way, but my point is, like, there wasn't a big drop off the further you went in the rotation. And I don't think you can say that about a lot of pitching staffs back then, or even now. But yeah, there's nothing else really solid about that team. I mean, I think everyone thinks of Strawberry as his power hitter, but he only hit like 26, 28 home runs that year, I think. I think Gary Carter hit almost as many home runs with him with like 25 or 6. Even Orozco and McDowell out of the pen, they're not lights out closers, but they were really good. So yeah, especially after playing a lot of Perfect Team, the more I marvel at that team and how well they did. And I was also surprised when Dr. Dynastic was doing his 64, right? The 86 Mets were in the mix, and they actually did pretty well. No, it wasn't so that there were that many injuries to SmileyFaceJane. They did a lot of platooning. So Backman and Tufel platooned at second. Ray Knight and Howard Johnson platooned at third. Dykstra and Wilson platooned. George Foster was kind of washed. Strawberry probably got a full run in right field, and Hernandez got a full run at first. Carter would have gotten a full run at catcher, but it's catcher, so he's splitting time to rest. So yeah, I'm not surprised that no one played more than 149 games. Yeah, Hernandez was the 149. That makes sense. Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors by Davey Johnson. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he did with that team. Because people are like, oh, you have all these pitchers and you have Darryl Strawberry and Keith Hernandez and Gary Carter. Of course you're going to win the World Series. No way. Like, he really juggled that team, those pieces together. And don't get me wrong, he makes a lot of tactical mistakes, but he did a really great job managing that roster. Good night, AW. Let's connect on Discord to schedule your 2 games. And congrats on the packs. If you're nice, I'll send them to Nicolino tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, sorry, I know you were just joking. I thought it was funny. But like, I would never save packs for that card set. Let me find someone to raid into here. Who do we have in our roster of usual suspects? Oh, Ophi is not on tonight. I wonder what's going on there. Oh, there's live sumo with Midnight Sumo tonight. Oh, that's awesome. We haven't had live sumo in so long. It does make sense, though, with the new year. So in Japan, New Year's is like the huge holiday. And so post New Year, I'm not surprised that there's a big tournament. Awesome. I haven't seen live sumo in a while. Okay, decision made. Especially with no Ophi, we are raiding into Midnight Sumo. So Midnight Sumo, for those of you who are new to the stream, is a Canadian who live streams sumo tournaments from Japan, but adds commentary in English, so you can understand what's going on. And then whenever the live stream is airing commercials, he airs vintage Japanese commercials, I think from YouTube or something. But he explains everything in English, so you can follow along and understand what's happening. And if you've ever been even remotely interested in sumo, it's a great way to learn about it because he'll tell you what's happening. Oh, that's awesome. Midnight Sumo. During a live tournament, that for me, that's a no-brainer raid. I mean, unless there's someone streaming OOTP. If SmileyFaceJane was streaming, we'd 100% raid into SmileyFaceJane. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I really appreciate it. Hope you had fun. SmileyFaceJane, I hope you had fun with the new game. Appreciate the raid from Ezra Denny to get us started, and the raid from Tugi. Very unexpected. Very nice of Tugi to raid into us. And let's send you all over to Midnight Sumo.
Why do you keep following me around? Look. Why do you keep following me around? Look. Why do you keep following me around? Look. Why do you keep following me around? Look.